So, boom. Here's what got everybody shook right now. A major music mogul might be caught up in a cover-up way bigger than a PR scandal. We're talking about a situation tying one of the industry's most powerful couples into a federal investigation. Word is, there's a tape allegedly from the early 2000s that shows one of the biggest female superstars of all time in a situation with a legendary rapper who's no longer with us. And this isn't some blurry rumor floating around on forums. People are whispering that the footage was pulled straight out of a vault during a recent raid. Now, pause. Think about that. The man whose house got raided was already knee-deep in legal heat, with federal agents breathing down his neck. Apparently, he had a stash of secret footage from his infamous invite-only parties. No phones, no cameras, yet somehow there was always someone recording. That footage, insiders say, was his leverage, his insurance policy against the rich and powerful. And in that mix, allegedly, a clip that could change everything. Not the polished superstar we see today, but early 2000s her, back when her career was being shaped, her image carefully crafted, her path to icon status laid out. Now imagine what this means. The entire empire, record labels, fashion lines, billion-dollar deals, all balanced on a brand so polished, so powerful, that a single leak could send shockwaves through the entire culture. One wrong move, and the whole empire could crack. Word is, the mogul has already thrown around nearly $500 million, not to deny the story, not to fight it in court, but simply to make a certain tape disappear. That isn't hush money, that's full-blown panic mode, the kind of desperation that screams, if this drops, my legacy ends here. But the tape itself might not even be the most dangerous part of the story. What really matters is what the footage represents, ties between powerful figures and a blackmail circus that's been whispered about for years. If it turns out the tape was filmed at one of those infamous no-camera, anything-goes parties, then the questions only multiply. Who else was in the room, what was really happening, and how long has the silence been bought? Then there's the late Southern rapper, a raw and unfiltered voice who built his career on calling out fakes and exposing industry secrets. He had even dropped hints about the mogul before his mysterious death in the mid-2000s. Official reports called it an accident, but those close to him never believed it. To them, it always felt like he knew too much. The strangest detail? His death fell on the same day as another industry giant's birthday. A coincidence? Maybe, but one that fueled endless speculation. Fans, bloggers, and internet sleuths have been connecting dots for years, asking if he had the original copy of the tape, if he threatened to leak it, and whether that leverage was enough to shape the moves of powerful people for decades. And then there's the superstar queen at the center of it all, whose recent behavior has only added fuel to the fire. Her latest project dropped fast, no long promo run, no interviews, just boom, here's the album, and then silence. To many, it looked less like a marketing tactic and more like someone moving carefully, trying to stay 10 steps ahead of a storm. She looks stressed, off routine, not in her usual commanding mode. Some believe she saw this storm coming, that she got a warning, and that her camp has been scrambling behind the scenes to erase every trace of the mess before it explodes. But the internet moves faster than silence, and the whispers only grow louder. The mogul has always played the long game, silent, strategic, always 2 steps ahead, but now, people say the tables have turned. His clean, untouchable image is beginning to look more like a carefully polished illusion, and if even half the rumors are true, that illusion is about to shatter. This isn't just about a leaked tape, it's about federal heat, witness lists, and years of buried secrets surfacing. The raid on the powerful party hosts' homes wasn't random. Federal agents came looking for evidence tied to trafficking, coercion, and underground networks whispered about for years. In the sweep, they allegedly found encrypted drives, old backups, and tapes labeled in cryptic ways only insiders could decode. One of those labels, according to whispers, carried a name tied to a global superstar. Insiders claim the footage is damaging not simply because of what happens in it, but because of who's in it. It threatens to unravel the polished, elegant, calculated image she's built over decades. And in today's world, it doesn't take a full video to destroy someone's legacy. Just a screenshot, a vague confirmation, or a burner account can set the internet ablaze. What makes this darker is how many people it could implicate. If one tape is real, how many more exist? How many careers, endorsements, and reputations hang by a thread? Observers have noted strange moves too, the mogul quietly shifting assets, liquidating properties, restructuring holdings, while the superstar dropped a sudden, unplanned project that looked more like a distraction than inspiration. Behind the scenes, whispers say he's moving like a man holding back a tidal wave, lawyers flying to multiple cities, favors being called in from tech giants, ex-feds, and shadowy PR fixers. But this isn't the mid-2000s. In today's digital age, receipts never die, and if the government's involved, scrubbing files won't save you. Even long-dismissed voices are now being revisited. A controversial industry insider, once ridiculed as bitter, is suddenly sounding credible after years of speaking about cover-ups, dangerous alliances, and untouchable elites hiding behind billion-dollar smiles. And then there's the silence. The superstar has vanished from red carpets, skipped interviews, gone quiet on social media. For someone usually calculated but still present, that silence is deafening. Her fan base is split, some blindly loyal, others anxious and unsettled. This isn't like a past scandal that could be brushed aside. This time, it feels different. No footage, no TMZ headlines, just smoke, paranoia, and the creeping sense that something big is about to drop. The stakes are insane. This isn't cancel culture. This is federal subpoenas, seized evidence, and billion-dollar legacies hanging on whether or not a single USB drive makes it into a courtroom. The mogul knows it, too. You don't throw $500 million in hush money unless you believe the damage is irreversible. Every move he makes now is under a microscope. Insiders whisper he's not just trying to bury the tape, he's trying to control the entire narrative. That's how the elite play when the walls close in. They don't wait for a scandal to hit. They drown it out with a bigger, flashier distraction. Rumor has it his team has dirt on other power players, ready to leak if the storm gets too close. It's not justice, it's chess. Distraction warfare at the highest level. That's why people are side-eyeing the silence. The sudden shifts, the way the superstar's team went ghost after her last project dropped. It doesn't feel like a rollout. It feels like retreat. Fans can sense when something's off, and the internet smells fear like blood in the water. When that happens, nothing's safe. Hotel logs, jet manifests, burner accounts, old interviews. If there's a crack, the truth will find a way through. And then there's the ghost of the Southern legend. Before his untimely death, he spoke too freely, naming names, hinting at twisted circles, even claiming he had insurance if anything ever happened to him. Then suddenly, gone. Official reports said accident, but those who knew him never believed it. Now, the theory is that he may have been holding something explosive enough to make the most powerful players sweat. Maybe he kept it out of loyalty. Maybe he planned to release it and got stopped. Maybe it was hidden on purpose, stashed away in the vault of someone who knew exactly how valuable it was as leverage. If that's true, the danger is clear. Once survival mode kicks in, loyalty breaks. The feds are circling, and when pressure hits, people flip. If even one fragment leaks, the fallout will be catastrophic. Because this isn't just about reputations, it's about empires. The superstar at the center isn't just an artist, she's an institution. Billions have been invested into her brand, her perfection, her elegance. But if that image shatters even slightly, the machine behind her won't hesitate to switch off overnight. The mogul spent his entire career dodging bullets, cutting ties, controlling headlines. But if this storm breaks the wrong way, it won't be a rap feud or a PR slip. It will be the unraveling of a dynasty. He's not just fighting a leak, he's fighting to stop a legacy from collapsing. And if even one piece of that footage escapes, no amount of power, money, or silence will be enough to contain the fallout.